Turn on that radio and back here. The cops ain't likely to catch up with us, not tonight. So we can all be quiet and peaceable and listen to the music.
It's time to turn off that, and it's time to turn up the volume and listen to Auto Dealer Live.
Repeat after me.
Auto Dealer Live.
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. This is Auto Dealer Live. This is Martin, and now your host, David Villa.
What's up, Martin? What's up, Auto Dealer Live University out there? Man, we are excited to have a show today, and we are, I tell you what, a lot of good stuff going on in the auto industry, and we're going to talk about it today. Today's just going to be a show where we're just gonna hang out. You're gonna get to hang out with us, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some news in the industry. We're gonna talk about what's going on. I wanted to kind of open up a little bit though with something. It's kind of interesting. Did you see the article, man? Kanye West. You see that article, Martin, on the MSN?
Is that the one where he bought the Dart, the armored $1 million vehicle?
I guess this guy is going into. I guess he thinks he's going to be moving to Iraq or something, maybe, or Afghanistan, or somewhere close to where the Taliban, is still in operation, because he buys an armored SUV that only his ego. Okay, this is only trumped by his ego. And did you heard about this?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I saw it. It was on MSN, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on MSN.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard this Kanye West. There's all kinds of crazy things going on, and this has to do with the car business, because we slipped this in a technicality. I mean, he bought an SUV. There you go. And this guy made a decision to buy a $2 million Darts Prombron armored SUV, the wheels of choice, only for those who are like worried about grenades blowing up around them or something.
Yeah, I think it's manufactured in, what is it, Latvia?
I guess, man.
I suppose they have a use for it over there.
I guess so, brother. It blows my mind, though. I mean, can you imagine this driving down the street? I mean, I don't understand. There's all types of feedback, and the social media tweets were just going crazy, man. People were just absolutely commenting and laughing. Pretty much all bad comments about this, and now just basically crazy stuff.
Well, not only does it fit his ego, I believe there's room in there for Kim Kardashian's posterior region as well.
Yeah, there you go. I guess maybe that's probably why he bought it. That's probably why he bought it. I mean, she's I guess she can't fit in a normal seat, so basically he had to make room for her butt. So crazy stuff, man. And we're going to get into some other things. I just wanted to start off with that because it was just really something that's just, when I read it, it was just like, what? Come on, man. And I guess there's no shame, because, I mean, he's getting tore up and the comedians are tearing him up. I mean, the late night TV hosts are tearing him up. I mean, it's just crazy. But listen, I want to talk a little bit about something, on a serious note. In the auto industry, something every week we try to, just kind of discuss. Last week we talked about the BDC. This week we're talking about closing deals, and I just wanted to kind of talk about, the car business. I've been in the car business for now going on 20 years, and some of my buddies and friends are some of the strongest car minds out there and car guys. And I think what's missing in the car business today, and if you kind of look at it, it's closing the deal. It's like they're afraid to close. It's please, car business, don't you go politically correct on us. All right, don't listen. Let it be the last remaining industry in the U.S. that just remains firm in its center. And let's go back to closing deals, okay? And if you're any kind of sales professional at all, okay, closing is a huge, not a small, not a tiny, not even a moderate, okay, process, but it's a huge step in the sales process. All right, there have been moments where I could have closed and you could have closed many clients and got the deal, but we were unable to because we didn't say the right thing. Let's just call it what it is, okay? There's no objection that can't be overcome, and there's always a hidden objection that you have to overcome or you can't close the deal. But let's just call a spade a spade. We didn't close a deal, okay, because we didn't say the right thing and we didn't say the right thing at the right time. And it's frustrating because you and I almost had it. I mean, come on, have you been there before where you've almost had that deal, all right? They almost signed, but there was something you said or something you could have said that you didn't say that made them say, we'll think about it. Those dreaded words, or I have to think about it. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Let's get back to what the car business is known for. Let's close some deals. Let's understand why. Listen, I think that we should generate reputation management matters. Let me tell you something, it matters. And in the social world we're living in, it matters. But I'm going to tell you something. Buying a car is an emotional decision. Let me repeat that. Buying a car is an emotional decision. Can I explain that? You don't need a car unless your car blows up. Martin, you may have a car that you don't like. You may have a car that you like better that you want. Okay? Right. And and that's the key word, want. But when you're asked, do you need a car or do you want a car? Unless your car exploded and you have no way of getting from point A to point B, guess what? You want a car. So buying a car is still an emotional decision. So I'm going to say blah, blah, blah. Yes, social reputation matters. Online and customer service and CSI, customer service index, is absolutely imperative. Integrity is what it's all about. But I'm going to tell you something, car business, do not lose the one thing that holds you to your center, and that is the fact that you close deals, okay? You can see their apprehension. These are the people that said, I have to think about it. A car is expensive. All right, let's just face it. It's the second most expensive purchase next to a home that a consumer is going to make. All right, it's expensive. And you can see the fear that's in their eyes when they're faced with signing. All they need is a little nudge, guys, over the fence, right? People don't come down to car dealerships for a hobby. The second worst thing I said last week, I'll say it again, but I want you to get this. The second thing that these guys hate next to going to the dentist is going to buy a car. I mean, are you kidding me? If I hate buying a car only next to going to a dentist, that means that we're in a tough industry. Okay, so we've got these guys to the fence because they came because they're interested in a car, not because they have a hobby of coming down to a dealership. They just need a nudge over the fence. Here's the deal. Ready? Close the deal. They left with a filled out sheet and with no signature, and your manager's looking at you thinking, what the heck just happened? Why did they leave? Here are 25. Here are a few, 4 kinds of closes that we can use. Okay, these are just 4 I picked out of 25 that are listed. These are ones that you've used, but these are 4 closes that you know very well if you're listening in the car business. I've used them. I've seen them over the years. I just picked out 4 of my favorites that you're going to relate to. These are some oldies but a goodie. But you know what? Unless you're still doing these, I would suggest and I would recommend going back to the basics a little bit, all right? Here are 4 closes that you can use today to sell more cars and make more money, all right? Number 1 is the bracket close. Come on, we're familiar with this. The bracket close is the close where you give the customer options. Listen, they came down there because they're interested in a car. They just need some options, with one of them being your target option, okay? And building the other 2 either just out of their budget or stripped down where they won't consider it. Build 2 that are above their budget, not even going to go there, and then 1 stripped down where I don't really want to go to that level. And then that leaves them with what? Your offer, okay? Let's use a little bit of psychology of sales here, all right? What you want to do is have them choose the middle option, your option. What you're doing is framing the other 2 options to make the target one seem like it's the best, because it is. All right? You're the expert here, okay? They're the consumer. They want to buy a car. They really don't know. They know what they want. They want it for as least as possible. Who doesn't want that? You go somewhere. Guys, we're salespeople. Listen, when we go somewhere, we do the same thing. We want the best deal. We want the sale price. We want a bargain shop, but when value exceeds the price is no longer an issue. So you want them to land on what's the best one. The best one is the one that's best that you've already laid out. At least you want to make the target option the one they'd most likely opt for. It may not be exactly what they want, but considering their options, it's something they will likely take. Here's an example. Option 1. Mr. Smith, a fully loaded vehicle, leather sunroof, all-wheel drive with the V8 engine, 300 horsepower, $700 a month for 60 months, $5,000 down. Option 2, sport package, cloth seat, sunroof, all-wheel drive, standard V6 engine, 225 horsepower, $565 a month, 60 months, $5,000 down. Option 3, base package, no power options, front-wheel drive, 4-cylinder engines, 160 horsepower, $425 a month for 60 months, $5,000 down. It's the bracket option. It's the bracket close. All right, let's make them land on the one that's going to be most attractive. There's going to be the ones that are out of their bracket, over the top. They're not going to be able to afford it. There's the $700 a month. There's going to be the one that's base package, no power options, front wheel drive, 4-cylinder engine. Okay, there's a slow turd there, 160 horsepower for $425 a month, $5,000 down. Nah, I'm not even going to consider that. I'm not going to put $5,000 down. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to the option in the middle. The sport package, cloth seat, sunroof, all-wheel drive, standard V6 engine. I got a little bit more horsepower than the base, 225, $565 a month is better than $700 a month. 60 months, $5,000 down. That's where I'm going to go. Okay, bracket. Number 2, close, similarity close. Listen, don't lie. Lying's not going to get you anywhere, okay, except at the bottom. Bottom line, okay, integrity is key. But you know what? You've done this long enough where you don't have to lie. You can use a real example. You've got real stories and real case studies out there. Case studies are the best way to sell something. Come on, let's go back to what we learned a long time ago. Feel, felt, found, right? I understand how you feel. Others have felt the same way when they found. What happened with that? I mean, if you go throwing out feel, felt, found, they're going to call you on the spot if they've heard it. But, I mean, there's more than one word that means feel, more than one word that means felt, and more than one word that means found. But the psychology still works. Why have we abandoned that? Okay, similarity is just using an example that's real. Let's use an example. Okay, let's talk about something that's for real. Tell a story of a very similar situation you had with a previous customer that your current customer is going through right now. Tell your current customer how happy the previous customer is right now for making the right decision to buy from you. Maybe this story is a story that happened 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 buying cycles ago. Maybe they have bought 2 more cars, or their family members have bought cars since then. You can have a really warm case study, okay? Tell your current customer how happy they are right now. Or better yet, tell them how they missed out. Possibly you have a story of someone who's missed out from not buying from you. Don't make a fake story up. This works if it's really happened. An example, here you go. Mr. Smith, I had a customer that went through a similar situation that you're going through right now. You know, he hummed and hawed, decided not to go through the purchase at the time. He came back a week later, and at this time, he was excited to buy the car. He was ready. He had thought about it, man. He had gotten back into his car. You know what? Went from the new car smell to the old, crusted smell, saw all the food stains on the carpet or whatever it was. You know what I mean? It started to have a little issues. The knocking was still there. It just didn't ride as smooth as that new car. Came back all excited. Guess what? Unfortunately, Mr. Smith, the exact car he wanted was driving off the lot the exact time he drove up to buy it by someone else. Now he's kicking himself for not taking it sooner. I don't want that to happen to you. So sign here. Similarity close. All right, how about this one? Yes, set, close. We know this one. Get them to say yes as many times as possible. Listen, the psychology of sales, guys. Here's the deal. 90%. I'm going to tell you why psychology of sales is important. Get off the yes, set, close for a second. I'm just going to talk to you straight up. Here's why it's important, Martin. Because 90% of people are geared psychologically to say no the first time, no matter what. Right. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Basically, here's what it means. Okay? You're geared to say no 90% of the time, no matter what. If I were selling you a widget, a car.
Yeah. No. I can see that. Yeah.
You can see that. Well, that means 10% say yes.
Wait a minute. What are you trying to sell me? What is it? What are you?
You've done it before.
Are you trying to sell me on this idea? What are you?
90% say no.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah.
So it means 10% say yes. I don't want to make my living and hedge my bet on 10%.
On that 10, yeah.
So basically, if 90% say no, but you know that if I get them to say yes, here's the deal. Get them to say yes as many times as possible. Don't overdo it, but be subtle. The theory goes like this. The more they say yes, the more they're likely to say yes to the purchase.
Right.
Okay? Here's an example. Hey, Martin, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
It's a nice day, isn't it?
Yeah, weather's good.
Did you say you wanted the red car?
Yeah, I'd like to get a red one. Yeah.
That's a lovely color, man. Red is pretty sweet, isn't it?
I see what you're doing.
No, I want you to follow on me. It's a lovely color, red, isn't it?
Yeah.
I agree, man. Let me tell you something. I had a red car when I was 17. That was my first car, man. And you also, if I understand correctly, you wanted the tinted windows as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That sounds good. Man, let me tell you something, man. In Florida especially, not only does it look good, but in Florida especially, brother,
with the
heat.
Keeps that
I mean,
heat
you need the windows tinted. When did you want to take delivery of the car? You said tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you wanted to finance the amount of $24,464, right?
Yeah, that's what I can afford at
All right,
this point.
sign here. What do you think? What do you think I've got a pretty good chance of Martin saying?
he's got a lot more yeses, so I would
Yes.
assume that he's going to go with the trend.
Okay? Obviously, not all the time does this work, but you know what? We're looking for it. And let's use the last one here. How about the concession? This one is probably the most used closing technique salespeople use in the automotive industry. The concession. And you know what? It's said this way. Come on, you guys repeat it that are listening out there. If I could, would you? If I could, would you? The concession close is giving something to your customer only if they sign today. Getting something by giving them something. Okay? Example, if I drop the price by $500, will you buy today? If I could, would you? If I include the DVD player, will you take it tomorrow? If I could, would you? All right? I'm going to tell you guys that if you're in the sales profession, in the automotive profession, which you're listening today, you are, closing is key. All right? And are we taking a break, Martin, or are we staying?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. Auto Dealer Live, you're listening to us. We are going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about the automotive industry, the rising auto suppliers put into overdrive here in Australia. So we'll be right back. Auto Dealer Live.
I can always tell you how good our product is here at Imperial Press Direct, but I'd rather our clients speak for us.
For years, I've been searching for the right mail piece that would attract qualified buyers to my dealership. I'm not the type of person who has time to pick up the phone and really preach, but when I was asked to give a testimonial about Imperial Press Direct, I was more than happy to, considering what they've generated for me. I've used them consistently for over 6 months, and my sales volume and PVRs have soared. Most mail pieces are hit or miss, but with Imperial Press, it's a hit.
That's just one of many of our happy clients. Here's another one.
My past Imperial sale, we were able to pay for itself with one car deal. It's a must for anybody that's wanting to be in the secondary business. It's a no-brainer.
Look, we could do this all day. Just go to ipdmail.com and ask for a free demonstration today so we could add you to our list of happy clients.
We had our first mailer with great results. 5,000 pieces, 28 cars delivered. I'd recommend it to anybody.
That's ipdmail.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Collins, General Sales Manager, Coconut Point Ford in Estero, Florida. I've been using Imperial Press for several years now, and I tell you what, they overperform. I mean overperform. The mail goes out when they say it's going to go out. The creativity on the mail piece is always outstanding. The quality of the mail piece is outstanding. But the best part I like about it is their call center. We've had as much as a 350 customer response on a 10,000-piece mailer. And I've drifted away, I got to be honest, and with other mail companies, but they don't. I always come back because they don't perform the way Imperial Press does.
3 months ago, I hesitantly signed up for a direct mail piece for Imperial Direct Mail Marketing, and I'll tell you, the results absolutely blew me away. Since our first direct mail piece, the amount of leads that we receive on a daily basis through the whole event has just increased our sales from doing what we'd expect to do 20 to 25 sales from a direct mail piece all the way up to 40 and 50 cars. We really appreciate the partnership that we've formed with the direct mail company, and typically we don't get this type of response, and I haven't been happier with any direct mail piece that I've done in the past, and I would recommend them to use them. My name is Art Spath.
Hi, this is Gary Guy. For years, I've been searching for the right mail piece that would attract qualified buyers to my dealership and at the same time get a hell of a return on my investment. I'm not the type of person who has time to pick up the phone and really preach, but when I was asked to give a testimonial about Imperial Press Direct, I was more than happy to, considering what they've generated for me. I've used them consistently for over 6 months, and my sales volume and PVRs have soared. Most mail pieces are hit or miss, but with Imperial Press, it's a hit. If you're wondering if it's worth the investment, call me, and I'll give you some ideas on what you can do.
We've been working with Imperial Press Direct at Sudbury's in Gloucester, Massachusetts for about 2.5, 3 years now, and I've had nothing but success with every single one of their mailers, especially the Credit Challenge ones. They seem to work very well with their follow-up center as well. The team down there, the production team and everything is always very, very efficient. timely-wise, mannered and professional, and always get the mailings out and on to the doorsteps of the customers on time and promptly. Couldn't find anybody better than Imperial Press Direct, I believe, to meet my advertising needs.
Hi, this is Rich Crawford from Stevenson Hyundai in Jacksonville, North Carolina. We've been using Imperial Press Direct for a number of years, and they deliver our mail on time, bring lots of traffic, and we've sold plenty of cars based on the mail that we've done with Imperial Press Direct.
I just want to sit here and listen to the song for a second, Mark. I mean, come on. We have Josh Fontaine on the phone. Josh, you with me?
I'm here, yes.
What's up, brother?
Hey, not much. What's going on, guys?
Hey, listen, you're live on the radio here, man. We're on Auto Dealer Live. We're talking to about 15,000 automotive professionals, dealer principals here. All
right.
I wanted to bring you on, Josh. I put you on the spot. I heard you're getting ready to do a sales meeting. Is that true?
I am. I'm about to do a little mini sales meeting to kick off the afternoon. I am.
Listen,
yeah.
I want you to take that mini, brother, and I want you to supersize it.
Okay.
All right, supersize it, because listen, you're on the air. Listen, we're gonna dip in. Can we dip in to about 3 or 4 minutes of it? We're gonna drop off in a second, but I just want to catch you. This is the kind of stuff we do in Auto Dealer Live. This show, guys, is just, listen, we're talking about the car business. We're going to bring anything and everything from all different angles. Right now, we've dropped into Josh Fontaine. He's the sales director of IPD. These guys are talking to dealerships all day long. Josh, I want you to start your sales meeting. We're going to listen. Okay. And we're going to drop off in about 3 minutes or so. But give us 3 minutes of everything you got, and then you can keep going, buddy, all right?
All right.
Thanks,
sounds
buddy.
Good. I'll see what I can do. All right, guys. We're going to kick off the afternoon, guys. I want to get your attention just for a minute. I got a couple of guys on demos and stuff, so we'll let them do what they're doing. Kind of just recapping what we talked about this morning, guys. I really want us to approach this thing as professionals. You're not intruding in these guys' days. It is an intrusion in the initial part. They think it is, but you've got something worth talking about, and you've got to present it in a way that it's confidence. You got to go after this thing with trusting your abilities. Your salespeople, your professional salespeople. That's how you make your living. This is your bread and butter. You don't sell, you don't eat. That's how it works. So you've got to give this thing everything you've got, and passion is the key. You've got to be passionate. You've got to go after this thing. When you get a guy on the phone today, you go for broke. You give it everything you've got, because you're up against everybody else is going to call for and compete for this guy's time today, period. And so you've got a small window of opportunity to get this guy's attention and say something that means something to him, and that's what you're doing in your opener. Okay, we talk about this all the time, but I want you to approach this from a position of strength. You have a phenomenal product. You have a demand out there of guys that need to sell cars. You have the ability to join those two things together and make something happen. So you've got to call him expecting him to want to hear what you have to say, because you're not like everybody else that's calling him. You may sound like it at first, but you're not. Your product's better, and you're a better salesperson than that next guy's going to call him, and the guy that's already wasted his time this morning. So that's really all it is. You're overcoming that initial objection where they don't want to listen to you because you sound like everybody else. You get past that, you show them what you do, a car guy's going to love this thing, but you got to get his attention. You do that in the passion in your voice, the tone that you use. You're doing that in the way you approach this job. So don't go into it expecting a no. Go into it expecting them to listen to what you're saying and for it to make sense to them if they want to hear it. And that's the way you've got to approach this thing today, guys. You have the ability to create something that didn't exist this morning, and you do it through your tenacity, you do it through your passion, you do it through getting them on the phone and getting their attention. I've got 15 seconds to say something that's going to get your attention. We've had people come in and say, don't hang up on me. That's the first thing out of their mouth, just to kind of throw them off the guard a little bit. I mean, there's different tactics, different things you can do. You're not trying to pull wool over their eyes. What you're trying to do is say something that's going to separate you from everybody else that's wasted their time. You've got something that's worth talking about. You got to take advantage of it. You got to show these guys what's up. And you do that through picking up the phone, fighting to get them on the phone, and once you get them, you give them everything you've got every single time. You got to capitalize on every opportunity. This is an opportunity to put money in my pocket. It's a money to put money in his pocket. This is a beautiful arrangement. It's a beautiful relationship. It all starts with him listening to what I have to say. So you got to get these guys' attention today, and you do it.
We've been listening to Josh Fontaine. We're going to drop off. Josh is going to town, having a sales meeting. I don't know about you, man, but listen, that fires me up for the rest of this show. And you know what, guys? It's all about passion. That's what I hear Josh saying. And you know what? Whether you're selling cars or selling 2-car dealerships or whether you're selling a widget and you're listening right now, the bottom line is, man, you got to get passionate about this thing. Let's look at some more business. Let's look at some more car biz real quick. We got about 5 minutes left in the show. We're going to recap it. I mean, Martin, what's up with, rising auto sales? It says put suppliers into overdrive. I was reading at USA Today, and it says new car and truck sales are approaching an annual pace of 16 million, the highest since the financial crisis. I'd say, guys, the car business is back. What do you think?
It seems as though they are on an uphill incline. Yes, for sure. They're coming downhill now. They're not battling it
What's
anymore.
the deal, man? Listen, the car. You guys, why are we in such a special industry, man? I'm gonna tell you something. We're in a special industry. Car business is roaring back. It's up an amazing percentage from last year. And you know what? Where other industries are stifling. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. I really do believe it's because of the men and women and the individuals that are working in this industry. It's because of every general manager and dealer principal all the way down to every parts person and detail and lot person. I'm going to tell you, and everyone in between. This business is amazing, and we've got some people that are really, honest to goodness, just roll their sleeves up, man, stick their hands in the dirt. So, I mean, $16 million. Listen to this. India's car sales. Come on. India's car sales. So, listen to this, man. India's car sales fall for the 9th month, down 7.4% in July. So, we're car business. I'm telling you. Listen, this is something that we capture. We got it here, guys, in America, and we understand it. And I think that it's good old American ingenuity. I'm fired up about this. And you know what? I hate to see that for India, but you know what's the difference? I'd love to hear your input. Tweet us at IPD Mail and at the Dealer Hub. Give us your feedback. You're listening right now. Email us at david@ipdmail.com or call us at our number 813-630-5888. And Martin, you have the number there that rings into the studio? Handy? Well, you're getting that, or you could Facebook us, or go get a hold of us, man. Give us your feedback. We're getting questions all through the week. I'd like to know your input in the business on why America's car business is back and back strong. You know what I mean? I'd like to hear your feedback on that. What do you think, Martin? Why do you think it's back?
Yeah, I think the auto industry as a whole has taken into account what consumers have to have, and they've put more research and thought into the vehicles that they put out. We've got cars that are getting great gas mileage, but they're not sacrificing horsepower to do so. Mm-hmm. So you got a car that's just as fun to drive as it is to look at and everything. I mean, let's face it, America is not going to drive Priuses. Not every single person in America is going to just be happy with some electric car.
That's right.
We want some horsepower.
That's right.
We want to be able to have our cake and eat it too. And the car manufacturers have taken note, and they've put a lot more of their heart and soul into the vehicles.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of things they tried to shove down the throats due to pressure didn't really work out. And you know what? The car business is making a huge comeback. I can't be happier, man. This industry, guys are spending money again, and they're seeing money be made again. People are wanting to buy cars. It's an emotional decision. Don't forget that. And you know what? The moment you forget that, you're in trouble. It's an emotional decision. People don't have to have a new car. They want a new car. I'm going to end the segment today. We're going to end this. All right, this has nothing to do with the car business. This just has to do with, you know what? This is just good things, man. 10 simple things you can do that's going to make you happier. You ready? I'm not talking about complicated things. I'm not talking about things that are just, I'm not talking about something that's over the top that, it's hard for you to do. 10 simple things, all right, that are going to make you and I happier. All right, you ready? Number 1, exercise more. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Remember when they used to say 30 minutes? I mean, listen, I don't know about
7-minute abs.
I'm going to play basketball after. Martin, you're going to play basketball today, right?
Yeah, well,
No, I mean,
yes, sir.
Hey, come on now. You're going to be dropping out of the basketball. We're going to play basketball as a team building. Our guys, we got a bunch of us to go out there every Tuesday night. Let me tell you something, man. We do about 2 hours of exercise, but 7 minutes, man. They got it narrowed down to 7 minutes. If you can't put 7 minutes in, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you. Number 2, sleep more. Ooh, I got a problem with that. I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, man. I just think my brain won't shut off. But sleep more. You'll be less sensitive to negative emotions. That's a good thing. Maybe we should get those pods. My son-in-law has at their university, they have pods that those pods that they're like 10 grand or whatever, but they look like some kind of like spaceship type deal, and you can go inside of them and pull them down on top of you.
I haven't seen those.
Oh, they're cool as heck, man. It's like 10 grand. I thought about getting a couple of them here, but you pull this shell down on top of you, and it's like a reclining chair, and you pull this shell down over your body, and it's supposed to be pitch dark.
Right.
He said it's cool when you can take like an hour nap, and so sleep more. All right, number 2. Number 3, these are things that are going to make you happier. Move closer to work. A short commute is worth more than a big house. Wow. Number 4, spend time with friends and family. Don't regret it on your deathbed. Wow, that'll make you happy, huh? I love spending time with my friends and my family, my wife and children, and my extended family. So, number 5, go outside. The sunlight, man. We're here in Florida. It's been raining all lately, but you know what? I feel better when I go outside and get that sun. Go outside. Happiness is maximized at a 13.9 degrees Celsius. Okay. Number 6, help others. This will make you happy. 100 hours a year is a magical number. Number 6, help others. Number 7, we're almost there. Practice smiling.
I think it burns more calories to smile than it does to frown as well, doesn't it?
Really? Yeah,
I believe so. I don't know.
I heard that smiling is...
Don't quote me on that.
I heard smiling is actually easier to do. It takes less muscles
and
more,
okay. Yeah, that
more
might
muscles
be it.
to frown.
That might be it,
That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Practice smiling. It can alleviate pain. All right, number 8. Plan a trip, but don't take one. All right. As opposed to actually taking a holiday, it seems that planning a vacation or just a break from work can improve happiness. Go figure that. I don't know. I don't know the science behind that. But number 10.
Okay.
Practice gratitude. Increase both happiness and life satisfaction. So be gratifying. Practice gratitude, man. Tell somebody, that you're happy. Be grateful. Be thankful. All right?
Yeah.
So practicing gratitude. What do you think?
I think those are some good things, generally speaking.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, next week we got a great show for you, man. We would love to hear from you. Guys, we would love we thank you for your questions. We thank you for your feedback. We thank our listeners for listening. Listen, we're just trying to have fun, have a good time, provide just a break, hopefully give you something you can think about and chew on. We'd love to have you as a guest on the show. If you'd like to be on Auto Dealer Live, get a hold of us. Again, tweet us at IPDmail, or at The Dealer Hub. Go to thedealerhub.com. Sign up today. If you're not a member of the Dealer Hub, go to thedealerhub.com and sign up, become a member, and check us out. Email me at david@ipdmail.com, or you can call us at
213-943-3434.
Say it again.
That's 213-943-3434.
Until next week, you've been listening to Auto Dealer Live. This is Dave Villa, and this is
Martin Mouse.
Have a great week.
I can't stop.